Wanda is considered one of the most passionate and positive people you'll ever meet, both personally and professionally. Her inspirational mentoring, sales, and customer service training has dubbed her to be Wanda D. Hollis, the motivational queen. She launched Wanda D TV, a revolutionary online real estate talk show where local businesses and community leaders discuss their services, issues, and concerns. Wanda is passionate about helping people achieve their goals and dreams. She has gone on to pursue many passions, including her I Am Enough talk show, having a seat on the West Georgia Board of Realtors, author of inspirational and motivational books, and also a strong supporter of several nonprofit organizations within her community. Wanda believes that there's no such thing as bad decisions, only regrets of not making the right attempt. For speaking engagements or to book her for your next event or conference, please visit www.IamEnough365.com.
Go through with PTSD also, I'm ex-military, but I learned how to turn it into microphone techniques. So I'm gonna freestyle and then I'm gonna tell y'all a little something, because Wanda D told me to freestyle. Say, I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough. Hard with the drums. I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I come from the boogie down, south side of town. MCs like me, we come incredible. See, I've been spending so much time in my head. Grab the microphone. Did you hear what I just said? I got skills, rocking on the mic. I pay bills all the time. Rapping on the beat with the rhyme. I'm coming off the top of my mind. I do this all the time. This is how I rhyme. I am enough.
I am enough.
King it, I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough. Times right now totally rough. Every time I'm dealing with this stuff, I grab the microphone and I don't bluff. But when I hold the microphone, I'm like the bluff. Sit back and watch the crowd rock. I grab the microphone non-stop. Blast the microphone is, I got a bonus to grab this mic and do just what I like. Too much hesitation, I had to take the time. Sit back, relax, so I can unwind. Messing with my mind. Now I gotta come out here and show this one time that I could unwind. Say a little stuff that was on my mind. And this is how we do. Are y'all with me? I'm with you too. Say, I am enough.
I am enough.
Say, I am enough.
I am enough.
Come on, times are tough and you know it's rough, but say, I am enough.
I am enough.
Say, I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough. I am enough. I'm from the Bronx, baby.
In the 8C.
Say, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? It's me, Wanda D, the motivational queen, your accountability coach, helping you get her done. I'm so excited to be here. I want to thank y'all for coming back like that. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Y'all got it? You know what? Y'all gonna have to raise your energy, because if I gotta have some energy, everybody gotta have some energy. I just want to tell you a funny story. So this afternoon was powerful. If y'all was here, then y'all know just how powerful it was. It was so powerful that I was sitting up at the computer, supposedly trying to email, and fell asleep. I jumped up and thought it was a new day. That's just how powerful today was. 12 o'clock wiped me out. I lost like 12 hours in 3 hours. I was out of there. So if you was here earlier, then put down a 1. And if this your first time, put a 0. Can you put a 0? I don't know if you can or not. This is the I Am Enough talk show where your dreams matter. And I'm your host and producer, Wanda D, the motivational queen. And we are inside of our first summertime international virtual book fair. That's a mouthful. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong, but it's okay. And that's the thing about it, is you gotta just go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. I'm excited because there's some powerful authors coming to you tonight to keep this thing rolling. But we want to know where you are. So let me know where you are, where you residing at, where you watching from. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch TV. We're inside of the Grady Baby Taylor radio page. We're also on the Winning Evening News, as well as the Wake Up Winning for Entrepreneur group, and inside of I Am Enough Talk Show, and also on our website. So for wherever you are, just please give us a shout out. Let us know that you're here. Just say something, comment, send us some light, send us some love, because this is what it's all about. It's all about energy. Y'all know me. Some of you know me, some of you don't, but I'm a big component of, we have to have a certain amount of energy when we do life. This is just life. So you got to be bringing your best self with you all the time, even if it's virtual. If it's virtual, dress up, show out, bring yourself. And I tell you what, those authors that came on this afternoon, they brought the heat. They brought the fire. They brought the enthusiasm. So that's what we do. On the I Am Enough Talk Show, it's all about you. It's all about your dreams. And we're doing this series of authors. What does it take to become an author? Why did you become an author? What are you doing with your authorship? How are you building your legacy? Your literature is your legacy. How are you showing up in the world? What are you going to do with it after you create it? What is the game plan? So for some of you that's sitting on the fence about writing that book or publishing that book, I hope that this gives you the inspiration to take action. Somebody say action. Action. I guess I'm gonna have to tell y'all and say it too. That's all right. That's all right. I can do it. It's my birthday. It was May 24th, but it's still my birthday. Every day is my birthday. So I'm sipping on some coffee because I got to keep up with y'all. I will not fall asleep like I did earlier today. That was just embarrassing, because you ever did that? You woke up and you was like, is it the next day? Oh my God. Oh, in a panic. That's how it was earlier. So thank you, saying thank you, group. Action, yes, action, and it's on. So I just want to acknowledge a couple people that's in the room, and I know it's too many to count, but Yanni is here, and Deborah Bell is here. Deborah Bell will be on, I think she'll be on Wednesday. Yeah, she's representing. And anybody that is an author, tag them in this feed. If you're on any of those platforms, and if you can, tag them. If you're on what's that, YouTube, hit that bell, so then when we go live, you will know it, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we love for you to do that and spread the word. Well, I was talking to one of my business partners earlier, and I was just expressing to them how powerful this afternoon was. I said, and I got 6 more days of this. And they said, well, if anybody can do it, you can do it. I said, well, I'm praying so I need y'all to send y'all sisters some light and some love and lift me up, because I want to be the best person that I can be every time I come to you. I want to make sure that we're bringing the best information, that we're bringing the best product, that we're presenting ourselves in a manner of excellence, because that's what it's all about. If you got to live life, then why not try to make it the best life possible? That's our motto here, and we're going to stick to that. So I'm excited about what's going on. And if you don't know about the I Am Enough Talk Show page, it's on Facebook. So please go over there and follow that page on Facebook. Also, check us out on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, raise your hand if you're on Instagram. Just raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand. All right. And we got some ladies hanging out in the back room. Please, ladies, don't eat up all the snacks, because, we got a lot of authors that's going to be coming through, and they are going to want some of that munchy goodness in the back. So don't be back there just eating up everything. Leave some for some other people, because that's just the way you're supposed to do it. So if you're on Instagram, then I want you to do me a favor. I want you to follow us on Instagram, the I Am Enough Talk Show. And if you do it right now, I want you to put something in the comments to indicate that, hey, I just saw you on the inside of the book fair and I want to come and follow you, so then I know. And you never know how you might get blessed. You might get some free tickets to the show. You might get something else. You just never know. So, just play along, right? Just play along. And also, if you haven't checked out the website, the I Am Enough 365.com website, go and, check it out. Right now, you'll just see a lot of broadcasts that we're coming to you rapid fire. I want to do, I'm smelling something. I hope I haven't burnt up the kitchen. I don't know. Maybe I should take a quick pause because I'm really smelling something. And y'all know how old people do. They be burning up the house and they don't even know it. But I want to say this to you. In this space, we're coming to you twice a day because for just to break any confusion. We're not running a marathon from the 7th to the 13th. There are time slots. So we're coming to you in the morning. And that morning time is from 12 noon to 3 o'clock. And that is Eastern Standard Time. And then we're coming back on at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. again, Eastern Standard Time. So those are the times that you can expect us to come and hang out with you. Those are the times a day. So if you want to keep following us or just pop in every now and then, check on us, make sure I'm still breathing. It's more importantly that you check on me, because everybody else, they'll be okay. But just come check on me. I'm just joking. But do that. And also, sharing is caring. So make sure that you're telling people about us, telling people about our channel, about our station. In case you didn't know, I Am Enough Talk Show was awarded the most inspirational show with the Black I Am Awards last year. And we also received the ATL Hottest Award in Atlanta. So we pride ourselves. And I don't say that to brag. I just say that because that's our commitment. And when you're doing something that you love to do, you will get recognized for it. So I thank God for the recognition that we get. But more importantly, it's more important that we serve you. So if there's anything that we can do for you in the space of marketing, promoting, hosting, just being supportive in your business, just let us know, because that's what we want to do. And lastly, because this book fair will be so successful, we are already in production for the next book fair. And the next book fair will be in the fall time in October. So if you're interested in being a part of that, it's going to be a lot different because we're actually going to be at a physical location, but we're also going to do virtual. But if you're interested, what we're looking for is people to educate, people to help people in the area of marketing, promoting, branding. We're going to have people out that's going to be taking professional pictures because, I'm in business. And one thing about it is you want to show up for your business in the best way possible. You want to invest money in getting your photo shoots, branding, whatever it is, trailers being built and designed. So we're going to have resources there that will help guide you on this process. So whether you're an author or you're an entrepreneur, these are some things that we like to put in place for you, as well as other resources that you may be interested in. Maybe you got a side hustle and you need to maximize that, white label some products, whatever it is, so we're gonna be coming to you, and that's going to take place in October. So just pay attention to the calendar and we'll be sure to inform you of that. Now you might see this stack of 1044 boxes behind me. That's one of our sponsors. 1044 is an amazing bar. I just ate mine. I will show you, but I just ate it too fast. It's a protein. It's more than a protein bar. It gives you a lot of things. It has collagen in it, so it helps with anti-aging. It gives you energy. It helps with mental clarity. It has electrolytes in it. I had never heard of a bar with electrolytes. This bar, one of the founders of the company in this particular product, and I'm very, very proud to be representing a good product. This is where you call it science meets food. And if you're interested in getting a free sample, all you need to do is just send an email to me and say, hey, I would like to try the bar out, and we'll get you a free sample of the bar. And then you can be a witness of what I'm saying is actual fact. So what I'm going to do is these authors will come up, they will introduce themselves, and then they would we're going to engage in some conversation. I want you to pay close attention to the information that's going to be scrolling below them so that you will keep in touch with them. Okay? It's all about the author. It's all about the author. I want you to take your time to write their information down. If something resonated with you, reach out to them, send them an email, tell them like, hey, I really enjoy what you had to say, and I want to know more about you because this is what it's about. And they're more than authors. They do other amazing things. So we're going to dive in deep and we're going to get to know exactly who's coming in the room. All right? So all right. Y'all ready? See, this is why I need to be live because I need to hear some and the crowd goes wild. Like, yeah, I need all of that. So team out there watching, thank you for sharing. Invite some guests. I see we got Miss Ma in the house. She'll be coming to us as well. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? So let's see. Without further ado, I'm gonna bring this first queen on.
Hey!
How are you, queen?
I'm good. How are you, Miss Wanda?
I am fabulous. Where are you? You know, I'm gonna move out the way, but tell them where you are. Tell them what part of the world you're in because they didn't believe me when I said we were international. So
Yeah.
I want you to do that. I'm gonna move out of the way and then I'm gonna come back and chat with you.
Hi, I'm Samantha Barrett. I am the author to the Dream Trilogy, Book 1, A Beautiful Dream. I am in Brisbane, Australia. I reside here with my husband and 2 children. I wrote my first self-published book, A Beautiful Dream. I am originally from Aotearoa, which is New Zealand. And my book is based in New Zealand, but the characters then travel to Alaska, my favorite place in the world. It's a gripping fantasy suspense thriller, I'd call it. There's a lot of trials, twists, and turns throughout the book. Grab yourself a copy, you won't regret it.
I love it. And I need to grab me a fan because it's already getting hot in here. So tell me now, I love the title, A Beautiful Dream, but it's really, really deep and suspenseful. But before we get into that, you're over there in Australia with these beautiful children. How did you get into writing?
A couple of years ago, when we moved to Australia, I was isolated. I had no one. So I dove into reading a lot of books. And being at home with the 2 kids while my husband worked, I got annoyed about so many different books. I wanted more twists, more turns, more suspense, and I kept moaning. My husband said to me, "Oh, well, write your own book." So I sat down and I wrote A Beautiful Dream.
Wow. So you were inspired. So what were some of the books that you were drawn to when, you know, as you're reading different books?
The main book that stuck out to me and has always stuck out to me, which made me fall in love with literature, is a book called Night Flame by Catherine Hart. That book has always spoken to me. It's drawn something from me, and just how she can bring a world alive. It's just always gripped me, and I love so many other authors out there, but at that time I had jumped onto another author, Kelsey Clayton, who's a good friend of mine, fell in love with her books, and there was just some similarities between the 2, and I wanted to join both of them together. So I wrote my own book.
Wow, congratulations. And
Thank you.
This is a trilogy. Is this a trilogy?
It is. Book 3, the 3rd book, is out on pre-order now on Amazon, which releases at the end of July.
Okay, awesome. And what are some of for our viewers watching, how do you come about developing your characters? How do you the process for that?
I'm a lot of different people that I've met throughout my life, I'll be honest, have been an inspiration for the characters. It's not so much looks wise, it's just personality, comical traits throughout some. And some of the things that they've done have just inspired me. So I've incorporated all of those into my characters. They just speak to me. I know people look at me and go, "Oh, really? You're hearing voices?" Yeah, I really do. They talk to me through all hours of the night. Sleep is what is sleep? That doesn't happen. They talk to me, I'm up, I'm writing, and they don't stop until they're on the paper.
Wow. Wow. There's another author that's going to be joining us today, and you all have, like, create stories, create characters. And I always thought, I started out I'm a poet. So I get to the point quick.
Yep.
I'm a quick fire. If I can't cook it in 20 minutes, it ain't going to get cooked. But I love the fact that you take the time to develop it, and then you stretch them out, over this long period of time. So how how exhausting is that, or is that not exhausting to you? Because that would just be exhausting to me.
Girl, I ain't even gonna lie. It is so hard for me. Patience is not my virtue. I write it all down and then I gotta go back and edit that baby. I gotta start stretching that out, them scenes. She walks in, can't have that. I gotta go back, constantly edit and make it lengthy enough to even call it a book, or else it'll be a novella.
Right.
It's a process, but the more books that I'm writing, I'm getting used to it because it's so time consuming to go back and redo your own work. So now I'm learning patience is a virtue. Take your time.
Yes, that is so good. Where do you see your books going? Do you see them transforming, like, into a series or a movie or anything like that?
Ideally, that I'd love to, but I'm one of those people that if you can't do the book justice, don't do it.
Wow.
I'm a firm believer in it, and I'm my own harshest critic. If my books were ever turned into a movies or a series, oh my gosh, I'd be beyond blessed. But if it wasn't how it was in the book, I'd rather it just stay in the book and just let you imagine these characters how you want them. I'm the type of author that will give you a few of the characteristics and let you point it together how you want to envision them.
So, during COVID time, I know a lot of people started doing a lot of things that they weren't able to do, like read or write and do all this kind of things. What were some of the things that you had to deal with during this isolated period?
We never went into lockdown. All we got was the kids 5 weeks home from school. So I was homeschooling and studying to be a teacher aide. So we done school in the morning. I done my studies mid-afternoon, and in the evenings I was writing. We just, I suppose you'd call it lockdown. It was nothing compared to what you guys have gone through.
Well,
But
we're in Atlanta. We didn't follow the rules either. So, I mean, they tried to make us, but some of the other world was locked down.
we've never gone into lockdown. I've got my parents back home in New Zealand. They were in 4 weeks lockdown, and we're still out here going to the beach.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's beautiful. What's next for Samantha?
What's next? I've completed my trilogy now, and I have just sent. Thank you. I've just sent my next book off to my editor, who is working on it today. I'm working on another book, and this is me. This is what my calling in life is. I spent a long time trying to find it, and it just fell in my lap. And this is what I'll be doing in my little office here, writing.
I love it, and I love your artwork.
Oh, thank you.
Your artwork. Do you have a book close by? You could put it up in the screen.
I do. I've got book one.
Okay, look, put it up some more. Let me move out the way so they can see it.
Oh, there we go. There's book one. I have a copy of book two. And I've got the cover of book 3 sitting next to me in paperback, but I think my assistant's going to kill me if I share it before the cover
Well,
reveal
you don't
tomorrow.
want we don't want any. We can't have any homicide scenes over here. So no, you just keep that. You just keep that under wraps. But I really like your artwork. Now, are you self-published or are you going through a publishing house?
No, I'm self-published. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a control freak. I like to have the final say on everything. I don't like to be told what to do, so it was better to go self-published instead of trying to go through a publishing house.
Well, that's good. And how do you identify or find the right type of cover to match your story?
I
How
actually
difficult is that?
I actually rebranded recently. Originally, I had a different cover to the Dream Trilogy, and my best friend had designed the cover for me. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, but unfortunately, due to marketing purposes, it just wasn't reaching the right crowd. I got in touch with an amazing designer from the Philippines who designed my trilogy covers, and it took a long time. I am the most horriblest client. I won't even lie. She sent me so many different examples. No, no, until she came up with the twins on the cover. It spoke to me, and I knew from then that was it.
Yeah, and that's good. You have to, I mean, it has to resonate with you in order for you to push the go button because you don't want to
Yeah.
have regrets in that way. Now, the question before you leave out of here, I want you to say to our listeners that may be sitting on the fence of getting started or finishing up their book. What would you say? What type of advice could you offer somebody that is procrastinating in that area?
I got to admit I was the same. And the advice that my husband gave me is, what do you have to lose? And that advice has always stuck with me. I was
What do you have
nervous.
to lose?
What do you have to lose? I was nervous. I was self-doubt, everything. I had a cover from my best friend who designed it for me. It cost me nothing to upload to Amazon and whatnot. And my husband said to me, what do you have to lose? And
Mm-hmm,
that was the final push that I needed to push
mm-hmm,
publish. And I tell you what, it was the most exhilarating, fulfilling feeling that I've ever had in my life to push publish and know that that's my work. Millions of people out there, even if you scroll past it, you still saw it.
mm-hmm.
You still saw my work. It was enough for me to have that bit of
Absolutely.
advice.
Absolutely. And so this is the game we're playing. So every author that comes by, that's the main question that we're always asking. And so for our viewers watching, please type down her answer. What do you have to lose? Because at the end, there is going to be a test. And you're going to have to tell me which author gave you that advice. So Samantha said, what do you have to lose? So you have to write that down, put her name by it. I'm telling you, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. It's gonna be amazing. So that this is the test that everybody will have. Some will pass, some won't, but that's okay. So what do you have to lose? That is a great way of looking at life. I think for the most part, we don't do things because of fear. And then if we say that through everything, like, what do you have to lose? It will force you to make that jump. Now, I want to know, another thing is we love words, right? As authors, we love words.
Yes.
So what would be your one power word that you could say to somebody watching?
Oh, oh my goodness. My one power word.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a tricky one.
It's a tricky
Oh,
one.
it is. The one word that's honestly sticking out to me would be envision.
Envision. I love it. Y'all write that down. Come on now, team. Come on, team watching. Write that down. Envision. I love it. Because you have to envision it.
Yes.
You can do it before you can take hold to the plan.
You
right?
got to envision the beginning, the middle, the end, and envision what your end product will be once you push
I
publish.
love it. I love it. Envision. Envision. We have so that's two things. You know that Samantha said, what do you have to lose? And then you have to envision it. So see how these just kind of line up and mash up together. I am so glad that you said yes to bringing on your product. I want all of our listeners, our people that's watching, to make sure you follow you on Instagram and everything else. We have below your Facebook contact information scrolling. And now, are you doing pre-sales for this new book that's coming out?
Yes, it's on pre-order now on Amazon, and our cover reveal is the 8th for you guys and the 9th for us here.
Okay, so where's your cover reveal going to take place?
On social media platforms. And once I get the okay from my amazing assistant Yanni, it'll go live on Amazon as well.
Great. Make sure you let us know because we want to come and support you on that.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to see this new cover and everything out. Any last words that you want to leave our viewers with before you take off?
Yeah, definitely. If this is your dream, if you want to write and get what you have envisioned in your mind out to the world, do it. Don't procrastinate. I did, and here I am today, and I couldn't be more prouder of myself. Just give it a try.
Absolutely.
What have you got to lose?
What do you have to lose? So and Yanni's watching. So Yanni, did we do good? Yanni, give us a thumbs up. Don't give us no thumbs down, Yanni. We can't. I'm too emotional. I can't.
Girl, she barely slept last night. She's been blowing up my phone telling me to be ready.
Yes. Well, you know what? I'm going to have you back on. This is just the first of many discussions. We're doing, this is what I call kind of like a rapid fire intro. I want you to be able to come here, share your story, but also with people out here. I believe in the collective, and I believe that you're over there winning, all the way over there winning. We're over here and we win it together. The beautiful part of social media, it has collapsed time. We don't have to worry about distance. It's merged everything together so we could build this relationships that we could never build before without it. So that's the beautiful thing. And I really, really just appreciate you sharing your talents with the world, your literature, definitely your legacy. And we just appreciate you coming through. And we hope that we served you well on the I Am Enough talk show.
Thank you so much for having me. It was an honor and a pleasure to be here with you today.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. You can stay hang in the back, or you can, take off. Whatever you do is fine with us, okay?
Thank you, Miss Wanda. It was lovely to meet you.
Lovely. Thank you. So wasn't that beautiful? I tell you, I just love what I do. I love meeting people, talking to people about what they do, because this is life. This was like your passport to the planet, was to come here and do the things that you love to do. So this is our amazing platform for our authors to come and present to you in a way that we're hoping that this will force you to pick up a book, to go buy a book, to connect with the authors, to go back to share it. You may have a thought sitting on your shelf. And what did Samantha say? What do you have to lose? She said, envision it. So this is what we have to do. We got to walk this thing out together. And the beautiful part about it is you don't have to walk it out alone. We can do this together, right? True. So I'm geeked up. I'm excited. If you're excited, say you're excited too as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the I Am Enough talk show where your dreams matter. We are having fun. We're rocking out our first day of our very first Summertime International Book Fair. Yes, virtual book fair. And without further ado, I'm bringing on our next author so she can let us know what she has going on. Okay? Okay. Hello, Queen. How are you?
How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm so glad to see you. So glad that you were able to bring your beautiful self into the space today. Did you check out our first half? Did you see any of the first half?
Yes, I saw I think the first three authors.
Okay. Okay.
And then I had to go back to work, and then I came back on at 7. I was very impressed. I have my notes around here somewhere. I wrote down to some things they said, but they were great.
Okay, wonderful. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, guys. This is Queen Sylvia, but I'm gonna get out her way. She's gonna introduce herself, and then we're gonna come back and kind of chop it up a little bit more about this amazing. And you too have a trilogy going on over there, right?
Actually 4.
4. So I don't know what you call them, but anyway, we're gonna get into these yummy books in a second here. So I'm gonna scoot out the way, and I'll be right back.
Sounds good. I guess I'm supposed to start. Hi, I'm author Sylvia Brown Roberts, and I am the author of the Church Doors series of novels. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. I'm a retired educator. My Church Doors series of novels starts with Behind Church Doors, which you see here and in the tagline. After I retired from teaching in an urban elementary school, I slept for the first year late. Then I went to a box of notes I have been taking all these years about my experiences in school and my experiences as a member of a local congregation. And my process with characters was similar to Samantha, who was just speaking. Samantha, I take every character in my series is a composite of people I've known or seen or in and out of church. And I like to put it in a pot and mix up all kinds of nuances and maybe not so much the physical. I'm strong on characters. I love to create characters that people can relate to. And I like to see characters solve their situations. In the Church Doors series, my thing is I write stories. I create characters who are thought-provoking, and I place them in challenging, realistic settings, and these settings challenge their faith. So main character in Behind Church Door is Nikki Mack.
Now what's the main character?
Nikki Mack.
Nikki Mack. Okay, Nikki Mack. I love that name. I love that name. And I gotta put your banner back up. So the title is what I was drawn to the title because I just thought, she gonna spill the beans on the church.
That's to pull people in, but that's not what it's about.
Right, and it's not. And I love the way that you're also marketing with the, like giving us, because I saw a couple of your videos where you ask a question and then you say like, what would you do? So it's very entertaining how you are presenting your information of your book, and I really, really love that. Why did you even choose that name, Behind Church Doors? What drew you to that name?
I knew my first book was going to be about church life. A lot of my notes came from there. And I was brainstorming with my brother and my sister, 2 other creatives in my family. And we knew we had to have church in the title. And voila, we agreed with it. I said, that's the one I'm running with. My challenge was to name the following books in the series, which I did not know was going to be a series in the beginning. Mm-hmm. But people kept saying to me, what happened to Nikki Mack at the end of the first novel?
So you want to tell us a little bit more about Nikki Mack?
Sure. Nikki Mack is a woman. She's also a teacher. She's in her early 40s now, but she got baptized into the church 10 years ago. It's an urban setting. She's single. She likes people, but she's kind of judgy, and she's trying to work through that and other issues as she's learning more about what a Christian is. Her challenge is she has to decide, do I do what I want to do in this situation, or do I do what God tells me to do? And she's finding out step by step that when she goes on what she wants to do, it doesn't usually work out so well. So she has to learn to let God guide her as opposed to letting herself guide herself.
Okay. Did you see any of your, is any of yourself in Nikki Mack?
Some of me is in Nikki Mack. The first readers of the first book kept asking me, "Did you do that, Sylvia? Did you do that?" And I said, "No. Everything that happened to Nikki Mack didn't happen to Sylvia, and everything that happened to Sylvia didn't happen to Nikki Mack."
Right. Because you're doing characters. Who was your influence in becoming an author? Who was your influence?
Oh wow, J. California Cooper, Nikki Giovanni. Well, there's so many authors. I just can't even name them all right now. But I started out wanting to be an author because I've always enjoyed reading. From a child, I was reading and writing notes. They might have been primitive, but I was writing things down. And I still write almost everything down today. I can't leave the house without picking up something when I'm around people that I'll jot down really quick and say, he tilts his head to the left when he answers questions. Nuances that people have. She always scratches this side of her face, or she sweats on her nose like I do. And so you jot those things down, and then when you start creating a character, those little pieces give you flavor. And you start to make a character someone people want to know a little bit about, or somebody says, "Oh, well, I do that too," or "I've seen that before." You want to connect. You want people to connect with your characters, even the characters that are not nice. Because I do have a couple of villains.
Yeah, and you gotta have villains, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's a story without villains. You need the good guys and the,
Exactly.
the good guys, But you said something that was very interesting, because when you're writing and when you're like a writer like yourself, and as Samantha was saying, like to stretch it out, you got to put all of these details in there, the details. And you'd be surprised. It's almost like when I watch movies now, I look at the details. I'm not just looking at the main characters. I'm watching the people pass by, the people sitting at the cafe shop, and like this, like, are they drinking out of a coffee cup or a mug? Is it this? Is it that? And it's very, very fascinating, right?
People watching is fascinating. You always get something. I don't mean staring at people, but just you notice, you get a sensitivity, and you notice certain things that you think might be interesting. Because it's interesting to you. If it's interesting to me, I'm going to try and make it interesting to you.
Right. Absolutely. What brings you the most joy now outside of writing? Well, what are some of the other things that you enjoy doing?
I enjoy, well, of course, reading. I'm a family girl. I love spending time with my family. My mother's still with us. She's 88 years old, and she's our treasure. I like people. I function as an extrovert most of the time, but actually I'm an introvert because I like spending time by myself. I like being in my head. I know when to get out of it. And I just like noticing this world and people around us. That's part of the joy of life. Who are you existing around? And of course, my church life is important to me. Always important. In fact, when I retired from teaching, I filled that hole in my heart by working with the children in Sunday school classes because I missed my third graders.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah.
So,
and you were how long were you?
That's important to me.
Yeah. How long were you teaching before you retired?
I was in the school system for 33 years.
33 years.
Part of the time, I exited the classroom on two separate occasions, one to be a teacher specialist and one to be a staff trainer in federally funded programs for children in urban settings to try to increase their school success. But then in the end, I went back to the third graders, and that's where I retired from third grade.
That's beautiful. And in school, were you, when you were teaching, did you even know that you were going to become an author while you were still in the schools?
I suspected it. I was teaching the children writing.
Okay.
And part of our experiences was we'd have writing sessions where they would be working on their things, their pieces that I would help them construct. And I was responsible for sitting there. I had to model it for them. So they would see me writing in the classroom during our literacy exercises.
Yeah. It's funny. I saw you did your nose like that.
I know. I saw myself doing it and said, why did you do that?
But you know what? I'm always doing my glasses, and it's funny how you can take that, And hey guys, if you're watching, I'm having a ball here with Queen Sylvia, and she's talking about behind church doors and so much more. We're not really getting into it, but because we want you to go and check out the book, we want you to go purchase the book. So we're not doing this to tell you all about the book. That's not what this is about. This is about I don't like that banner. It's like cutting off your face. This is about people following their dreams. That's what this is about, living a life, a fulfilled life, living on purpose, living on point, determined, being resilient, overcoming some fears, increasing your faith. That's what this book fair is about. If anybody was wondering, well, what is it about? What is it about? It's about how we all can take our individuality and add it to the collective to help us all grow and prosper. That's what it's about.
Yes.
And I'm so pleased because everybody is coming in to this space willing to share some of their processes. I have a couple more questions for you. One is, was there ever a time in your writing journey that you got like a roadblock or you got writer's block? And if so, how did you deal with it?
Yes, there were a few times. The first thing I did was pray about it because that's pretty much my go-to for anything I'm dealing with. I even asked our Heavenly Father, if I'm going in the wrong direction, can you please guide me? I just have this thing about me. It's hard for anything to make me quit if I think what I'm doing is right and it's important to somebody, and if it can be helpful to somebody else. I might stub my toe and sit down for a few minutes and do a mini pout, but you can best believe I'm getting back up and going back at it because that's my nature.
I love it. And you're taking this this project, and not only is it a book, but it's also you're creating a movie movement out of it. How is that not exciting?
That is so exciting. This is a perfect example of why you don't quit. I was vending my novel at a Mid-Atlantic conference of churches, and a person came to my table, chatted me up about my novels. Very sweet sister, and she said, "Okay, I'll buy all three." I had three at that point. I'm interested in this story about this girl walking in faith. Little did I know that she was actually a director, a film director, a professional film director. And she came back to me a year later and said, "How'd you like to make a movie about behind church doors?" And I was like, yes. And our journey started in, I think, 2015, 2017. We were going to film in 2020, but the pandemic shut that down.
We know the upset.
Yes. And so by the grace of God, we'll be shooting our opening scene. We've done a trailer. We'll be shooting our opening scenes in July, which is actually next month, isn't it?
Yes,
everything is all set up. We have got the protocols. We're just praying everything will go well. And then we have to try to make up for that year. Maybe we'll be able to actually have the process done by 2022. But we're pressing on. We met another we're a partnership of 3 now. She's a director, producer, and we met a brother who is a genius at promoting and finding film resources because it's not cheap to make a decent movie.
Not at
So
all.
it's like always, if I had not had the nerve to go to that event, I might not have met that producer, and I might not be making helping to make a movie today.
I love it. Well, we're going to definitely follow you and support you in any way. We can't wait for your movie to be released. So then you can come back onto the I Am Enough talk show
Thank
and
you.
talk about it. Also, we have your trailer. So guys, you all are going to get a glimpse of these the trailer, the promo that she has, because what's going on is throughout these next 5 days, we'll be playing certain people's stuff, not at the time when they're speaking, but other times. So this is why you want to always tune in and come in and support. I thank you so much. Now, you know, the question that everybody has to answer, and that is, what would you say to somebody that's stuck on that fence and not wanting to pull the trigger on writing their book?
Persevere. One of the fourth novel in my series, the subtitle is Won't Quit. And that's my thing. Persevere, don't quit, won't quit.
Yes. Don't quit, won't quit. That's what y'all need to write down. Don't quit, won't quit. And what's your power word? Is it persevere? Would that be your power word?
My power word is persevere. Yes.
Okay. So so with this, you know everybody playing this game, right? Right, Queen? Everybody's playing this game. So it's don't quit, won't quit. Y'all write that down. Don't quit, won't quit. That's coming from Queen Sylvia. Says don't quit, won't quit. I'm gonna say that again. Maybe somebody didn't catch that. Maybe y'all back in the far pews of the church. Y'all didn't catch that yet. Don't quit, won't quit, and persevere. I thank you so much, Queen, for your time. I thank you for coming on. I really want us to stay connected. I'm serious about seeing your journey, your life, your book come together. Perhaps we can do a virtual premiere, or you can come to Atlanta and we can set something up physical and we can all come out and support you. That's what we have to do.
I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And again, you know, you don't have to go away if you don't want to, but if you do, that's fine. On Sunday, you'll be getting a notification, because Sunday we're doing something else. And if you're able to pop in, then you can come and just kind of like drop some more nuggets on Sunday. So I thank you for your time. Thank you so much. So everybody, you know, like you are getting some great nuggets here today. Would you not agree, family? Would you not agree? If you agree that you're getting some great nuggets, then put yes down in the comments. I tell you, I'm on fire. I need to sip a coffee. Hold up. I didn't want to be rude and sip that in front of the queen. I wanted to get y'all by myself and sip it. It's pretty doggone tasty, all right? And are you enjoying yourself? If you're enjoying yourself, put a 1 down in the comments. I get so because I be wanting to talk more. Y'all know it's hard for me. I'm like watching the clock and, you know, trying to hold this mule in the road, because I always enjoy talking to people about what they're passionate about. Because when you talk to people when they're passionate about something, it flows out so differently. It's like time is suspended and you just connect with their energy of what they're saying. And this is why I want to encourage you. If anything that she said, you know, we didn't talk. They might need some people to be in the movie. I don't know. You know, we got a lot of movie heads out here. Reach out to Miss Sylvia and find out, like, hey, how can I do that? Or maybe she can give you the hookup with her director, producer, you know, give you their information, their contact information. This is why we network. This is why we take every experience and every opportunity to grow in that area that we want to go in, you know. So maybe this is triggering something in your mind and you say, you know what, I got these books and I want to do my books a certain kind of way, or I want to write my books, and these are some people that you know that you can Send them an email, follow them, comment. When she goes live all the time, you know, she's bad. She goes live and she be talking to the people and doing all this stuff. And we can do this together. There's not a scarcity of good people doing great things. And if we support one another, it doesn't mean that you can only support one person. Guess what? We can support everybody. So this is why we do the I Am Enough talk show. This is why we have fun. This is why we connect and communicate and make life worth living. We call it adulting. This is why we do adulting together. So I'm excited to bring to you no stranger. This is actually my co-host. She done snuck in the building. She probably back there. She probably done ate up all the snacks. I don't know. Maybe she have, maybe she haven't, but she's in the building because she just finished. We had her release launch party. I have a purple fan to represent her, but actually I was hot, so it was the first fan I drew. I drew, but it sounded good because she had this, and let me just talk to y'all for a quick second. She had this launch. She came strutting in this launch with this magnificent dress on, and it was like you could see through it. You know, she had clothes on, but you know it was like sexy, and she was just strutting herself, and it was purple, and everything was decked out real pretty. You know, our whole tribe helps and supports, so everything was purple. And I have her beautiful book that she's going to be talking about right here, Blush. And I met her at our book launch a couple years ago when we launched I Am the Wake Up Winning book, and she was one of our vendors. And ever since then, I looked at her and I said, I want to help you. I want to help you get more exposure. And this is she's really real sweet. I call her my baby because she's definitely somebody that I appreciate, and she's bad. When I tell you bad, I think this is, and it's a funny thing because this is all God. If I would have said, hey, we're going to have certain people on this day and certain people on that day, then it probably would have been hard. But I just let the calendar do what it do. And you are about to listen to another character author. Yeah, how about that? So tonight must be the nighttime of all you on here listening. You probably need to develop some characters, or you probably on here because you're thinking about some characters and you don't even know it, because that's how spirit is. Spirit has put you in the place that you need to be, and you don't even know you need to be there. So we had Miss Samantha come on. She has some hot books out. You just listened to Miss Sylvia. She has some hot books out. And now you're about to listen to the other queen here. What's going on, queen? You're muted.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Well, you look amazing, queen.
Thank you.
And I'm not going to do anything different, because, you know, I could just give them your whole bio and I could just blah, 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 blah. I don't do that. I'm going to do what I've been doing. I'm going to move out the way, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself. And then we're going to come back and we're going to chop it up.
Okay.
That's the way we're going to do this.
We're going to do it. Let's do it. Hello, everyone. I am the co-host of the I Am Enough talk show. I am author Shimia Hilberton. I have been writing since I was 12 years old. I'm an indie author, self-published. And I just want to introduce myself and say, hey, everyone out there. How are you? Hope everything is wonderful. And I can't wait to tell you about my newest release, Blush.
Okay, the thing is doing something crazy, so I just gotta bear with me for a minute while I reset some things.
Okay.
So just it was just not set up here right, but it's about to get right in a second. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Bam.
Bam.
So, author Shimia,
Hello, George.
I'm excited for you because I've watched your journey, and I remember having a conversation, and you said, I want to write so many books, and what did I say?
Do it. You told me to do it.
Do it. And that seems to be the consensus of us authors, just kind of like putting pen to paper first comes with the decision. But let's talk about this yummy, sexy book. You have, show up your book. Show your book. Show your book. There we go. That is a sexy book right there. You got two men standing over one hot mama.
Hot mama.
Tell us about this book and what was the idea and thought process of when you decided to write this book?
Okay, so quick little story time. Actually, story time. So what happened was someone else asked me to write this book. They wanted me to write something. It was like, look, 50 Shades of Grey came out, and I was like, yeah. And it was like, yeah, and I need you to write something to combat it. I was like, okay. So that's where Blushes first came from. I ended up writing a story that was supposed to be a different twist on what 50 Shades of Grey was doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was like a take on that because it's now. How will you classify this book as? What?
It's a dark romance.
A dark romance. What makes it dark and not light?
Oh. The premise of the story is that what makes it a dark romance is some of the elements in the story. You have some erotic settings and some BDSM in it, and you have some things in it that makes it outside of just being a regular romance. They don't have a regular cookie cutter type romance situation. Sometimes it has a struggle that goes back and forth between two characters that is a different dynamic to what a regular romance would actually, it's more like you got entrenched in a situation, then you actually fell into a situation.
Interesting. Because when you came sashaying down that hallway with that whip, you was whipping it. And we said we thought you was gonna put that whip on auction because I was gonna bid for the whip. Somebody else was gonna bid for the whip. If we won the whip, we was gonna share the whip. That's just how. Can you please put the whip on the auction? That's what I want to know. Can you just please auction off the whip? The whip needs to be auctioned off.
I'm not gonna auction off mine, but I will buy one if somebody really wants me to. I like my whip. Okay. I like my whip.
You like your whip? You like it? And that night, you also released the part 2 of Blush.
Oh, yeah.
Same night. So that was a treat because we didn't see that coming.
No.
And I tell you, she writes the most thickest books you will ever read. They like will take you there. So but it's very interesting now. Just like I know you've been writing for a long time. Tell people about where you grew up at and give them a little backstory about who Shimia is.
Okay. So I was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I was raised in Gießen, Germany. So, and I was military brat. So basically, I was over there. My stepfather was in the Army, and my mom in the Air Force. I grew up with a more openly cultural background, and I had a very, very open imagination due to the fact that I actually did live there. I got to see things, elements that you see on TV, and I could see them in real life. So it just
tell them about some of the elements that you saw, some of the things that you saw.
where we originally lived before we had to move back on post. I was over there during the rise and fall of the Berlin Wall. So yeah, I was a little part of history.
Absolutely.
um, I lived in the village of a castle. The castle was actually on top of the hill. So every night from my window, I can see this big giant castle that people have seen in movies. I actually got to see it every day. And when we were in school, every year we had to walk to a different castle that was in Germany, which was even more amazing to see all these different real life monumental buildings that were built in the medieval times.
Mm.
Awesome, and see the colors and lights. My mom was a cultural director back then, so when they did the Renaissance Festival, we went. I got to be a part of this huge event that they used to have. Real, the real castle, the thrones, the rooms, the dungeons. It was just so much to imagination. It just like fired me up.
Fired you up. So you had like your personal Harry Potter experience. What's that throne? What is that throne of Game of Thrones?
Type deal.
Game of Thrones type of experience. You know, I think about that where I was with my eyes wide open. I had my eyes closed. Just how those villages, they had this the gate around the whole village, and the main people, you knew who the boss was. The boss who was on the top of the hill.
Yes.
Everybody else, if you wasn't on really the top of the hill, you was really a peasant.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. If you weren't in the castle dealing with
If you're not in the castle, and for you to have been a part of that, and I, you know, I talked to your mom, and she was like, she's always been creative, like this. So, that's just so fascinating. Did you do castle tours as well?
Yeah, we did a lot of castle tours. That particular one was supposed to be haunted. The one that we lived in. And we actually believe so because they said it was very, very true. They closed promptly at 6 p.m. There was no ifs, no ands, no buts. They were not going to be in there after 6 because they said the ghosts wandered the castle. And at night, you could see lights cutting on in the castle, movement. You could see it. And I was just like, oh, wow, that's cool too.
Right. But you were fascinated by it.
Yes. I mean, why wouldn't you be? I mean, this is like a once in a lifetime situation that you could. I tell people I literally lived in a fairy tale. I see it, the real bakery, smelling real baked foods and talking to the baker and going to the cute little shops and everything that was there. It was all there. The little villages that you see in the movies, it was here. I was looking at it.
Right.
It was like being in an amusement park without being in an amusement park setting.
Right. That is so cool. What gave you your first inspiration when you wrote your very first book?
My very first story that I ever wrote. Oh, well, do you want the first book or the story?
The book.
Okay, so my very first book, full-length book that I wrote was Beautiful and Hero. And I wrote it back in 2008. I actually wrote it based off a Japanese movie that was called Majo Junkin, which was called The White Witch. It was a student-teacher relationship that was very gripping. It was very gripping. However, I didn't want to write about a student-teacher relationship, and it was also the anniversary of the famous student-teacher relationship back in the day. So I was like, maybe I'll write something a little bit different, but still have the same premise on it. And from there, it just flourished. Beautiful and Hero was like a floodgate opening in me. I'd always been writing, but this was the first time for a book that it had actually was just flooding out of me. That I was just like, oh wow, I could really write like this long length. I used to write a lot of short stories. This was my first long length story.
And so what was that moment that you kind of like got like super geeked up knowing that you had that power? Like it had to have been a magical.
I will never forget this. I was working and I work and I have a full-time job also. We have those. So we have full-time jobs. I was working at a full-time job for my security company, and I ran into this guy, and he told me the words. Now I heard it in the movie, and if you know the movie, you'll know. He says, "I'm going to tell you something," because he read it, and he's like, "There is nothing worse than wasted talent." Struck me so hard. He said, "You do not belong here. Be writing. I have no idea why you aren't on somebody's bestseller list right now." And I was just like, well, I don't know. He said, go research. Go find out why you're not. And go get there. So that's one thing.
So he pushed you.
Those words have never left me as long as I've heard them.
And the cool thing about it is you took your tell them about how you would take your book and have all your coworkers read it and
well, I didn't okay, so you gotta understand, and this will be something that I would probably teach someone who actually wanted to write. Beta readers don't always be people that you find. There's sometimes people you want honesty. And your coworkers, best friends, and people like that. Coworkers are probably better, and only reason is because most of them are going to be shady when they want to be, and if they really are impressed, they're going to be really impressed. So they were my beta readers. I was like, read this and tell me what you think. Well, I don't like to read it and tell me what you think. And then next thing I know, I come back to come sit in like, girl, I'm not done. I'm not finished. Go away. I'll let you have it when I'm done. And then I'd be like, see, I got something there. She don't want to give it back to me. She didn't automatically like, okay, here you go. You can have it back. No, it was like, And then it'd be like, where's the rest? That's what you're looking for. You're looking for people to be engaged. You're looking for people to be like, where is it?
Where's the rest? How important, Queen, is it to get beta readers to come into as you're getting your product together? How important is that? How important do you think that is?
No, it's very important. It's extremely important. Not just for the fact, like, don't get me wrong, we are our own worst enemy. So we'll be sitting here saying, oh God, I don't know if it's good enough. You'll doubt yourself and everything else, especially if you're writing about things that you may not have researched all the way, or certain things that you think you know about, and then you look at other people's stuff and you're trying to mimic, and you're trying to find in the middle. That can be a really a fine line to cut. You do not want to repeat the cycle. Okay, if a book is out, let that book be out. Try to write something different. So basically, will help you understand, like, oh, this sounds like such and such, or did you get this from such and such? Like, you don't want to be on the line of plagiarism. 50 Shades learned that the hard way. But you want to be able to bring out characteristics that are probably known, or elements that are known in a story, but not necessarily tell the whole story all over it.
When Samantha was up, she was talking about how she had she went to self-publish because she didn't want to give up that control. What's your reason for going to the route of self-publishing?
I went the route of self-publishing because I wanted to do it myself. I wanted people to see me. I didn't want somebody pushing me or changing my narrative. Sometimes with traditional publishing, they'll change your narrative. They'll change what your original thought process was for a story, or the real premise of the story, characters, your cover. There's just certain things that you wanted to stand out with, and I wanted to continue to stand out on my own 2 feet with the things that I actually was writing. And I wanted people to see me and not just me trying to push a book out. I wanted you to physically enjoy what you were reading from my perspective.
Would you say that all of your books have somewhat of a signature story, like we can read it and say, I know Shemia wrote that?
No.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, do you think?
It's a great thing. It's a
It's
great
a great thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Because my mind, I'm not stuck in one particular genre. That's one thing people need to understand. And
Absolutely.
Wanda, you know that. I'm not stuck in one particular genre. So if you see that I write romance right now, in 3 months, I may not. I might start writing fantasy. I might start writing horror. I might do paranormal romances. It just all depends on what I decide to write on. So I never want anyone to be able to stagnate and be like, oh, that's Shimia. No, I want you to look at the cover and be like, oh, I know that author's name. I didn't know she wrote such and such.
Right.
I didn't know she wrote fantasy. Oh, I didn't know she wrote horror. Oh, I thought she wrote romance. Yes, I want to be able to surprise you like that.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. You know what? If they not learning nothing else, they better learn how to follow some dreams. We have brought to you so far 3 amazing, when I say amazing, authors that have really poured in, gave you this good stuff, Shimia, that's co-host right there, so we can really chop it up. And I'm trying to be good and not, just like
Get into it.
I'm trying to be laid back. I think this coffee got me laid back. I thought it was gonna have me geeked up, but I think it's then laid me back. So if you are watching, and from wherever you're watching from, first I want to say thank you for tuning in. I want to say thank you for sharing. You got tons of comments. And to my authors that have already came on, make sure that you go back and you check out the comments, because some of these comments were for you, but because I didn't want to interfere with the flow of the interview, I don't want to get into the comments. So y'all, you please understand why I haven't acknowledged, but I do see you and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And also, if you can pass this information along, because there's somebody sitting on some beautiful stories, whether, like Shimia named all of the different types of stories, whether it's a great horror story, sci-fi, whatever. And I told you earlier today that I have been into this espionage type of mindset. Like when I get ready to chill out, I want to go see some of that, some of that Pentagon activity. And one of our co-authors or authors that was on earlier, she served in the Pentagon. So I was saying, wow, that had to been like super duper, fascinating, because I've always wondered how somebody can write something if they haven't really experienced it. And I know that you just have to do a lot of research, because if you're like writing, what I found was very fascinating was what was it? Was it the Game of Thrones where they were? I found that so fascinating. Now I was late watching it. Everybody else here watched it. It was over with, and then I backtracked and watched all of it. But I found it so fascinating from the point that this was the layout of the land, and you had everybody trying to hold on to their kingdom, and yet you had one person. Of course, you always have somebody that's trying to take over all the kingdoms, and it was just so fascinating to see that move. And I understand that was a books. Them was books too. That was a book before they turned that into a movie. So what's next for all of these projects that you have out here on the table, Queen? Starting with Rush, what is the move?
Okay, so first I'm trying to get it to be an audiobook. And that's my next move. I want to get all my books to be an audiobook. I'm also trying to get, and this is something, and I tell people to start out small. So
Say that again.
start out small. So
Mm-hmm.
I self-publish with KDP. Some people do English Spark, and some people do Book Baby and everything else. But start out small first. Start out with the free things first until you can build your money up, because ISBNs cost a lot. I will be soon pulling my softbacks so that I can have them under my actual business name, which is Capricorn Angel Book. And once I do that, then I'm going to try to get all my books to be hardback. I want a hardback. I want a hardback cover, and I want audiobook.
Awesome. And I know, did you complete the audio book to the Beautiful Hero?
I did for the first one. Yeah, for the first one, but I didn't want to release it yet because I really wanted to have them all ready at the same time. It takes it's a process for audiobooks. As anybody has actually had audiobooks done, they know. And so I'm waiting on the other two to be finished, and then I will release those two. But I am looking for voice actors for Blush.
You looking for voice actors for Blush?
I need male and possibly female voice actor.
So anybody out there listening, watching, I know Felicia's in the house. You know, she does voiceovers. That's our songbird from the Wake Up Winning Project, and which I'm gonna take a break and play that in a moment here. Part of it. She does voiceovers, and we got Grady Baby. He does voiceovers. So those are two people that you might want to have audition for you, so we can keep it in the family. You know, I believe in keeping everything in family.
In the family.
Right, in the family. So Felicia, if you're interested, then need to reach out to her in audition. You see, I use that word, audition. Everybody got to audition, and we might hold auditions on the I Am Enough talk show and let the people decide along with the queen. So that would be cute, right? That would give us some.
That would be fun.
That would be a fun show. That would be a fun show. So attention, calling all voiceover performers. If you want to audition for this beautiful book, Blush, send us an email to the I Am Enough talk show to get your help me out. I just lost my train of thought.
Yes. So you can get a shot. Okay, I want to hear some voiceovers. I need African American and I need Caucasian male.
Absolutely. So that's what we're gonna do. But Queen, I have really enjoyed this time with you, and I know that you got just a lot of projects like pumping out. What is your message that you want to leave to our viewers that are sitting on that fence of pulling the trigger to becoming an author?
You are an author as soon as you decide that you are going to put pen to paper and finally write. Do not wait for the title. I gave myself the author title, and I've had it since I was probably about 12 years old. I wasn't published. No one knew me, but I was already an author, and people kept screaming that I was. And that's what you have to remember. You don't have to be in front of a camera. You don't have to be known. You don't have to be on Facebook, Instagram, and none of these other platforms for you to know that you are already the person you want to be. You are the author. As soon as you put pen to paper, you are.
Now, I don't know how they're going to keep up with that whole message, but y'all get the gist of it. So understand, we got to chop that message up. I like the fact that pen to paper,
you're already an author.
Yes. So that's their tag. Now, remember what we play. We're playing this game. Every author that comes before you, they're going to give you some golden nuggets. They're going to give you some extra sauce. So you don't have to have a title. You don't have to have you could even not even have good penmanship. As long as you say that you are an author, you are what you say you are.
Right.
So what is your one power word that you want to leave with people?
Oh, wow. I was trying to think of it when I was in the backstage too. You know what?
Oh my.
Determination.
Say that again.
Determination.
Determination.
You always have to be. You have to be determined in order to make your goal. You have to push yourself.
Yeah. And Amber said that was good. You are already an author. So her word, her one power word is determination. So just think of that. Shimia says determination. Shimia also said, put your pen to paper. You are an author. When you make the claim that you are an author, you are already an author. Queen, I just really appreciate you. I appreciate everything you stand for, everything you do. You can hang out in the back room. You can do what you need to do. But I really, really appreciate you. And on Sunday, we're going to do something. Haven't yet figured it out. If you're available, then I definitely want you to come in and help us wrap this thing up and put a pretty bow on side of it.
Oh, is that right?
Got me? You got me?
You know I got you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, guys, that was Shimia. I want you to really, really reach out, contact her, and follow her. She's everywhere. She does some amazing things. We have some beautiful projects coming up, and we just got people. You know what? The people that you connected to, they gotta be moving and shaking in the areas that you want to move and shake in. They have to be doing that because that's what keeps us all encouraged, right? If this has been a great conversation so far, just put a 1 down in the comment and say good stuff. And again, please connect with our authors. They have so much more to offer you in terms of advice, wisdom, encouragement, whatever the case may be. Go buy their books, attend their business launches, their book launches. Miss Sylvia has a movie coming out. We cannot wait to support her. We're going to be like, hey, here's the I Am Enough Talk Show family. We're coming to this, to this movie premiere, whatever that case is, because that's what we like to do. We like to celebrate people that's out here making it happen. Now, more housekeeping. If you haven't done so, please tag somebody into this feed from wherever you're watching, whatever page you're on. If you're on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you are on Grady Baby Radio, thank you so much, viewers, for watching us over there. Any other platforms that we're broadcasting from, we just want to say thank you so much, and we appreciate you. I understand that time is a very valuable commodity, and if you give us any of your time, we know that you're going to get it back tenfold, because we believe in multiplication. So here it is. You give us some of your time, we know that you're going to get it back. And I like to just let you know that I appreciate every time you push that share button, every time that you give me a thumbs up, even though I'm not a fan of thumbs. I like the hearts, but I'll take the thumbs if that's all you got to give. You notice me, I would never, and this is just a side note with me, if I'm on your page, I'm gonna leave you some love. I ain't leaving you no blue thumbs up, because that's just not enough. I always want to go to the max. I want to take it to the max. So the max is, what's the hottest button down here? Oh, it's a heart. Boom, I'm giving you a heart. So that's just me. I don't know how you operate. You might operate with just giving little thumbs up. So we'll take it. Smiley faces, we'll take it, but we love to love, because one heart touching another heart is always a heart that needs to be touched. And that's just what I believe. So I'm going to keep this party going, as they say. Pretend like, I'm turning water into wine. I'm saying, let's keep this party going. That's what we're doing. We are having a great time, and I'm so excited. This queen that I'm bringing up, like you see, everybody's coming on. They're going to introduce themselves, and then we're going to chop it up. So, Queen, you ready back there? You look amazing. You look amazing. And let's see. There she is. Are you muted?
There we go.
There we go. There we go. So what I'm gonna do, Queen, I'm gonna move all the way out the way so you can just introduce yourself. You have the entire screen, and then I'm gonna come back on and we're gonna chop it up.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sharonda Beeks. I am the author of the titled book, Graduating from Pain to Purpose, that's available on my website, SharondaJanelle.com, and Amazon and Kindle. This book was a book that I written in a time where I was needing assistance and I was just struggling, trying to find myself. And I was able to pick up that pen and just write my feelings and just turn it into a whole guideline, not only just to help myself, but to help others. So if you're feeling like you're struggling with your self-esteem, financial issues, your love life, anything that you just might be going through and you're feeling kind of lost and confused, please purchase the book. It's available on Kindle. I mean, you can just get it online if you want it on your phone. Anywhere and everywhere it's available to help and guide you. I still have to read my book from time to time and just go back and remember what you said, Sharonda. So thank you guys for watching and for the love and support. And thank you, Ms. Wanda, for having me.
Absolutely. I love when you said that. When you said, I have to read my book again and say,
yes,
you gotta get it together. You gotta get it together, Queen. Don't you be falling apart here. What was you want to share with us? What was your aha moment when you said, you know what, I gotta get it together? What was that aha moment like for you in your life when you decided to write this book?
Oh God, I always had a big imagination ever since I was young in school. And I always would write like little short stories and everything. And then as you get older, I was realized, okay, writing has become something that would help me. Like it's very therapeutic. So in 2015, I went through this very like depressed state of mind, didn't want to come out the house, didn't want to be seen. And I just started writing. And I was on Instagram one day and I linked up with Miss Alandria Lloyd. And she was doing a book coaching class. And she was like, I'm going to help you write that book in 30 days. I'm going to help you. I'm going to, help you stay motivated and consistent. And she really did. Like I needed somebody to give me that push. Somebody that didn't even know anything about me, was constantly in my corner giving me that push that I needed. And I was able to write that book within 30 days. I was able to tell my story. And then what you have to realize, a lot of times when you go back and read your story, that'll push you even more. Like, I went through all this. Like, if I made it through this, I can make it through anything. So this was during 2015. I had got out of an abusive relationship. I was single, confused, lost. That was that big push that I needed.
Oh, wow. Now, where are you from?
I am from Amory, Mississippi.
Okay. Yeah. Now, is that near Jackson, Mississippi?
Not far, 4 hours away, like 3 to 4 hours away. Not far.
Okay. And was there, what were some of your challenges? Now, I do like what you said about you getting your coach, because I believe that a lot of times we can get unstuck when we get coaches if you don't have enough of your own determination, but you know that there's something to do. A lot of times maybe you don't know how to put the pieces together.
Yes.
And you mentioned your coach helping you and holding you, kind of holding your hand through that process to help you get it done in 30 days. Do you think that if she had not been instrumental in that process, that it would have taken you longer? Or do you feel like you would have worked it out?
I definitely think I would have got it done, but it would have taken me longer. I think I would have started and stopped. And what's so crazy, and I don't know if any other writers are like this, I have so many stories like written up on my laptop, like unfinished, that I haven't even, just kind of went back to. So this one right here, I was like, if I was just to ever have my first book published, I really wanted it to be about my life. So, she just really pushed me, like, this is what you need to have written on this day. You need to have a chapter done this day. She was holding me accountable, and she would do check-ins. She would do check-ins once a week. So, I feel like I was in school. Like, if I didn't have this done, I was in bad grade.
You should be playing hooky.
Right. So having somebody to hold me accountable like that kept me going. And like now more than ever, I'm working on my second book.
That's beautiful. Now, what is your second book about? What is that going to be about?
So this one is fiction. So this one to me, it's a little difficult because I'm, getting to the character's mind and I'm having to do more with the imagination. But it's titled "My Undying Love for the Streets." So it's just about a girl who's just kind of just lost her way in life. You get that guy. They're not really good for you, but you know how you want that mixture of a guy. You want the Christian, you want the godly guy, you want the thug, you want it all mixed in one. But sometimes it doesn't work like that. So you just really follow her journey of life, get caught into the street life and just trying to find her way back home. I really want to have it out by December, but it's real good. I'm proud of it.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to reading about that and seeing it, and then having you back on the show to talk about this book after you get it all, put it all together, so to speak. Yeah. So, what has been some of your inspiration for writing? Like I know because of the pain, but are there any authors that kind of you gravitate towards?
Really. What really got me going, I read Alandria Lloyd's book. Like I said, she was my book coach. She is phenomenal. And then just reading different books. It was no author in particular. Like any book that I kind of just navigate to, I just love reading. And I'll pick up a book now, look at Kindle, Unlimited or whatever, and read. So it's not really an author in particular. I just love seeing strong women, Black women at that, just being able to write, tell their stories, because I feel like we're looked down upon so much, by the things that we've been through. But really, that makes us blossom even more. Like we don't really realize how much our story inspires people and can help, if not one person, 100 or 1,000. So I'm just here for everyone. No author in particular, but I'll grab a book and support it and read it in a heartbeat.
That's beautiful. And I guess because the connection is made between we all go through similar situations. And if you can talk to like an elder and gain knowledge, it's like, wow, now you don't have to do certain things that you were going to do, because you had that advice up front. How was you have siblings growing up?
I have a sister. Yeah, I have a sister. We're 8 years apart. So we really weren't close growing up because she, there's an 8 years apart difference. But we are very much connected now. Just the fact that we're both grown, similar stories, single parents. So we connect more now. We lean on each other. She maybe have to take my child to school. I take her child to school. Like it's a bond, just a really close bond. And I've always wanted that with my sister. I think it was just like that age gap, in between. But as we got older and start going through life together and, she would tell me stuff to kind of, I want you to be better than me. I want you to succeed. I want you to be better than me. And I think what shocked them a lot was they would hear me talking about writing, but they never thought I would put out a book. Never thought. So it wasn't like they didn't support me, but I live in a small town where people just don't feel like your dreams are possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It really shocked a lot of people. It shocked my community. But one thing I do love, I see a lot of people from my community now. They have started writing books. I love that because I really want people to believe in themselves. Like, it doesn't matter where you live, what town, what country. I don't care what you do. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. You just got to put that into it.
You were like, because you're blazing the trail for your community. And that's why I say you'll be surprised when people sit on their gifts and talents and stuff. You'll be surprised on the spark. I think it was Miss Sylvia that talked about it. Like that spark that you're giving someone else to help drive someone else to go after their, gotta have it, their dreams. You help activate people's dreams when you pursue your dreams. And that's a beautiful thing. How you have children?
I do. I have one, and then I also have another one on the way.
Oh, well, congratulations. We
Thank
gotta
you.
give you a bell.
Thank you.
New baby alert. New baby
Yes,
alert. So
yes.
how old is your child that's here? Is that a boy or girl?
Bradley is 8. He's a boy. He's 8. Yes, and I'm having another boy, so it's another little age gap, following like my mama. So yeah, but I'm excited.
Okay. So he's watching you as an author. Is he inspired to write? What is he up to?
Yes, he was just so amazed that to see my name, and then when I did the acknowledgement, having my son and my grandmother, who's no longer here, they were my inspiration. They were my motivation, because I was doing it for him, because I want him to know whatever he may want to do in life, he can do it. And my grandmother, before she passed away, she knew I love writing. And not at one point, even if she might have doubted me in her head, not at one point did she say, Sharonda, you can't do it. She would just say, keep going, keep doing it, keep pushing. So I really just give all that credit to my son and my grandmother, because they just, they gave me that push, that drive, just like a Miss Alondria Lloyd, to keep going. So he loves it. He loves to see mom on the back of the book and to see my name. He loves it.
He's feeling proud.
Yeah.
Do you do mentoring as well? I know that I'm hearing that you should be helping the people up under you. Are you doing that?
I'm working on. I have my own website where I do a lot of blogging, but that is something I really want to do, is mentor. I really want to do that. I graduated from Mississippi State University last year with my bachelor's degree in counseling. So that's another part of my dream. Not only just to continue to write books, but I really want to help and encourage other people out there, like really, because that plays a big part. You don't have family or just anybody kind of in your corner, even if it's just one person, that one push, that one smile, that one you got it, could change somebody's life.
Absolutely. And like, we have a group on Facebook, right, called the Wake Up Winning for Entrepreneur group. I want to extend the olive branch for you to join that group. And also, I'm looking for people that want to add value, that want to just come in there and help. We have to get out of the habit of thinking that we need to push the whole train by ourselves, that we need to move alone. We can really come together. And for instance, if you're helping the young lady that looks like you, that can identify with who you are, that may be from that small town, that may be from that place that nobody really thought that she could be XYZ, you fit the description of being able to deliver the message to them, to say, look at me, like I've been discarded and I've been broken, but I've graduated from a place of pain to purpose, and you can do it too. And there's so many young ladies that's lost and don't have a person that can give them a better image of what life looks like. So I really encourage you. My spirit is just speaking out to you in a very loud way for you to really pursue gathering these girls together, putting these programs together. Matter of fact, one of my other loves, she's coming on. She's also in the space of working with young ladies, and you and her probably could get together and do some collaboration. That's what this is about. This is the I Am Enough talk show, where your dreams matter, for everybody's watching. You might fell on this channel by mistake, but there's no accident that if you came through that you should be here. This is the reason why I do what I love to do. It's because it's work, but I don't feel like it's work. It is my work, but it's not me working. I'm going to say that again. It's my work that I do what I do, but I'm not working.
Love it.
Because I love people to the point, it almost pains me when I see people sit on talent. And I had to learn how to just let people rest. When they want to rest on their talent, fine. but it's also inspiring when I see people go after it. And this is why I think God dropped in my heart to do the author, kind of like an author showcase for this long period of time, was because we finished something. See, people go around starting things and not finish them, as not finishing. But as an author, we finished it. We finished that book. That book got the stamp, and then you moved on. There are so many unfinished books. There's so many unfinished manuals. There's so many people walking around here with their head in the cloud with so many stories inside of them that could be the blessing to break generational curses. But because they stay stuck, then it stagnates our community. So this is the community right here. This is it. And I really appreciate you for bringing your talent, bringing your strength, bringing your energy, bringing your beauty, your poise, your positivity together, you know, that we gather together. And I hope that you as well go back and follow the other authors, like, invite, share, do all these other things, because it's remarkable how when you really say that, you know, I want my story to be heard all over the planet, and you start planting those seeds, your story will be heard all over the planet.
I love it. Yes. And thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
You're so welcome. So our question is, I have just 2 more questions for you before I let you go. What would you say to that person that's sitting on the fence, that has a story unfinished? What would you say to them? What advice could you give them?
To write, to just write. You know, a lot of times people feel like they have to, okay, let me just go ahead and put it in this format. Let me go ahead and start here. Just write. Pick up the pen and write. Whatever day it is, whatever moment you're living in. What I used to do is just whatever day, whatever I was going through, whatever something happened, if I had a bad day at work, or even if I had a good day, pick up and write about it. Tell it, date it, time it, stamp it, go back and look at all that right there. That will turn into a manuscript. That will turn into a book.
I love it. So y'all heard that from Sharonda, is just right. Now it's some whole bunch of golden nuggets being dropped down. What's your power word that you want to leave our viewers with?
Oh, I'm gonna say consistency. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Please stay consistent. I don't care if you stop for 5 days or a month. Keep going. Keep going. Set a date, set a time when you want to write. Set 30 minutes aside in the day when the kids are asleep. Stay consistent. This is your passion. This is your dream. This is what you want to do. Stay consistent.
I love it. I love it. You're amazing. You're amazing, Queen Ashe. You're amazing. Y'all got it. So y'all being tested. Now, she said her advice was just write.
Yes.
Right. So you want to write that down. And then consistency. That's her power word. So y'all gonna see this little thing we're gonna play. It's gonna be like a little game. They're gonna have to figure out. You remember that game Go Fish, and how you had to flip up the cards and try to find the matching pieces. They got to find these matching pieces to see who it came from. So, Queen, I appreciate you so much for being here. If you want to continue to hang out, we're going to wrap up with our last author. But if not, I understand, and I hope to see you soon. You'll get a notification on what's going on Sunday. So if you can pop in and just kind of like share a little bit more of your testimony about what, you know, how you felt about the show and all this other kind of stuff, we'd love to have you. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Wanda. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So for y'all watching, paying attention, is this not good stuff? I mean, I'm excited. I cannot wait to go back and check out everything, watch everything, see what's going on here. Look at these comments, reading these comments, because the comments are coming in so fast. I I can't address them, but I see them, and I'm gonna go back and watch them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back and add my own comments when I go back and do my own watch party. That would be cool, right? If we had like a viewing party of the entire. Would that be too much? That's probably too much, right? But y'all know I be doing too much, so that's okay. So I'm going to. We're gonna just. I gotta do this. I gotta reset the room. So I'm gonna play for y'all something right quick, and then when I come back, I'm gonna bring our last author, and she's gonna close it out, and we're gonna chop it up for a little bit. Okay, just give me about less than a minute.
You gotta take time out to focus on you. Don't take on any task that don't belong to you. It's a perfect day to make a change. Gotta put the brakes on anything that get in your way. No time to second guess. You gotta put your trust in God and walk by faith. It's got to change your life. Know what you want and apply. Go far beyond than just try. Goodbye to yesterday. Today is the day to claim your destiny. Just clap your hands if you understand. Just clap your hands if you understand.
Hey, just clap your hands if you understand. Hey, Queen, you out there? You muted. Let me see. Let me unmute you because you muted. There you go. Say something. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
The headset's not working.
No problem. I'm going to move out the way so then you can introduce yourself and then we can carry on with our beautiful discussion.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I am author Tiasha Janae. I am so excited to be here today. I am here to talk about my book, Step Into Your Power. I am a coach, a author, a minister, and I wear plenty hats. So, my family used to say I should have been a Jamaican. However, I'm not, but I have plenty business. So if there's anything that you're interested in, if I don't know how to find it, somebody knows how, and I know how to get to them. So with that being said, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to get to talking with Wanda D. Hollis, the motivational queen, so she can help me get things done. Okay.
Whoa, I like that. I'm gonna have to take you on the road. You're gonna be my hype girl.
I'm gonna be the hype girl. Hey.
When you did that, I went like this. I said, Queen. That was like really cool, right? That was awesome.
Yes.
Queen, thank you so much for, as always, sharing this space. If some of you don't know, Tiasha is also one of the co-hosts of the I Am Enough talk show, part of Women in Biz, which we used to rock that out. We're gonna have a reunion soon.
Yeah.
Restart. So now I'm not gonna get into talking about that now because it's all about being an author.
Yes.
Because you no longer becoming an author, you are an author. And you have now you have several books under your belt, and this latest book, Stepping Into Your Power, you're gonna get into that. But tell people a little bit about like your background, like what part of the world you live in, married, not married, children. Yeah, share us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, like she said, I do have a couple books out. I am married for 8 years, going on 9, and I have a bunch of children. Um, sometimes I'll be like, wait, how many I got? I gotta count them, right? But I do have I have 4 girls and 2 boys. One my my bonus baby is what I like to say. But she's mine. They're 19, 16, 13, and my bonus baby is 16 as well. Then my boys are 11 and 8. So they're in business as well. And they are the two of the girls are authors, co-authors with me on this project.
And they're all business owners.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
Okay. Put that out there because that's amazing. I love what you're doing with the children. Why the title? Where did the title "Stepping Into Your Power" come from?
Oh man, the word power is what came to me when my youngest son, who is now 8, when he was 1, almost 2 years old, and he kept saying the word over and over again. I had no clue why he kept saying that. And then everywhere that I went, the word just kept popping up out of nowhere. Power, power, power. And his song that he used to sing when he couldn't hardly say mama, daddy, or anything. Is it messing up? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're fine. I was just looking at that. The word was messed up. Go ahead.
No. Oh, okay. He was singing, there is power in the name of Jesus. But the word was power in the name of Jesus, right? So, but he would say that, and I'd be like so excited that he's singing a gospel song that I didn't pay attention to the word that God was trying to put on the inside of me and what he needed me to do. And so as I kept going through life, like I said, the word power just kept coming up. And so I was supposed to do a book called Power Surge. And then it was the power of. And then it switched to step into your power, because it's all built around my ministry, my growth, my development, the steps that I had to take to even become an author the first time, and watching how that transpired, how that went. And so, but I'm just so grateful that I was able to go through that process with you, because you didn't let me give up. Our book title said it all, losing is not an option. And so when I went through that process, and then everything that you went through with that project, I had no clue that what God was instilling in me all along was going to start to manifest from that point. And so he started to work with me and say, hey, I need you to do a book, and it's going to be called Step Into Your Power, because you are stepping into the confident person that I have put on the inside of you.
I love it.
Confidence don't come from me, it comes from him. And so from there, he said, okay, now I need you to involve your daughters. So I asked my daughters, and 2 out of 4 said yes. And so they came on in, they joined the project, and they were going to have a teen edition. I was going to have a women edition. It's supposed to be this little bitty book that you just go write it and be done with it. No. God said, I'm not finished yet. I need you to go get some more people. I said, wait a minute. Now you want me to go lead? And so he was like, yes, because that's where your confidence, that's where you lack your confidence in being the leader that I called you to be. And so, we sit there and we sit back, and like you said, and yeah, you've been whooping my tail this whole time. I'm listening. That silent agent stuff, I got it. I know it's for me. It might not have been, but it's for me. I receive it. And so, and knowing those things, just going through that whole process of, okay, God, he's giving me the puzzle pieces, one piece after another, and I'm building on it. And to see where it has came from to where it is today is like, whoa, can I hold this mantle? Because this is ministry. This is a big mantle to carry, but he gave it to me a little bit at a time. And so sometimes I back up, and I loved it when she said, when you tell God no, and I'm like, or when God tells you no. I said, yeah, when we tell him no, though, like, and so being able to step out of telling him no and saying yes and giving him my whole yes for this project has been so phenomenal. And I wouldn't change none of the warfare that came with it. I wouldn't change none of it. It's all worth it.
Would you say that every project that you've been a part of is definitely a growth process?
Yes, definitely. I even was on 2 projects that I wasn't on. And to go through the process of signing up and not completing some projects, it was like, okay, what are you doing, Tiasha? You done went through Wake Up Winning 1. You can do this. You can do this. And it was like double dutch. It's like, should I do it? Should I do it? Can I do it? And I'm like, oh my. And so each project had its own growth and learning, even when you don't do something, like they say, even when you fail, you use those failures as stepping stones to build your success. You know what not to do the next time. You know how to do it right. So use it as a learning curve. And so that works for me.
Mm-hmm. Why are you so passionate about the youth?
Oh, man. When I was younger, being in church, I was raised Baptist, and I had gifts that, when you talk to other people about it, they're like, the Bible says that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. And then when you say, you know what, you're right, I can do it. And you say, I got all the energy, the God is on my side, I'm going to get this thing done. I want to be a cosmetologist. They're like, you too slow, you you blah, 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 whatever. I said, okay, well, I want to be a baker. And they're like, but your cake don't taste like such and such, and it don't blah, blah, blah. So there's always something, whether you're doing something good or you're doing something bad, people are going to talk. But in my, I call it my ministry baby state, because I was a baby in Christ, still trying to understand my way, who I am. And I saw myself transforming myself into somebody that somebody else wanted me to be, instead of being authentically who I thought I was, or who I felt God was telling me I was. And in doing that, I lost myself. And in losing myself, going through, I listened to your lady earlier talking about prostitution. I was the free prostitute. I was the one that, I like the guys. I love him. I'm going to talk to him. And then I'm sleeping with him. I didn't care who he was. I cared, but I didn't. It was just like, I'm looking for love in all the wrong places. Right. And that's just me being transparent. And in doing that, I really didn't know who I was then. I was looking for who I was in other people. And not just even that, it was, if it wasn't sex, or if I was writing poetry, because I used to write, and it was always so dark and dim. And the gifts that I wanted to do, everybody told me I couldn't do it. You can't do that. You can't do that. Every now and then you might come across somebody who will pour into you. But as soon as they pour into you, you got 10 more people ready to pull it out of you.
You pull the plug.
Right. And just let all the air out the balloon. Right. And so because of those things, it made me so passionate, because when I had children, I was like, I got 2 brothers. They're 8 and 12 years older than me. And so I wasn't really raised with them per se. I knew who my brothers were, but we weren't close. They were grown by the time I was old enough to do anything. And so I had to make sisters, because I had no sisters. And then I had created brothers, and, just a whole little unity with the band, with the chorus, whatever organization, ballet, piano, you name it. I found a sister or brother. And we connected, and I just love people. And to see the things that some of my friends went through, we have a tendency to think that we're the only ones going through things. We also think that what we went through is something that nobody else had to go through. They went through something, but it wasn't what you went through, because mine worse than yours. No, not always. But what we do want to, remember is that our hurt and our pain is there. It's ours, and we have to learn how to maneuver through it. But sometimes you need that extra push. You need that motivation. You need somebody on your side saying, hey, get up, fix your crown. I got you. Wipe your tears. Sometimes you need that. And because of those things, I find myself still, even today, having a tendency to kind of like, okay, let me step back, that anxiety, getting into my own way. When God says, you got this, you can do this. And I'll be like, you sure? And he has
That's just kind of like that self-doubt.
Yeah.
Keeps coming up.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I always say that's why we have to be very intentional about what we tell ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself today, and I can share, people be like, what, you? I be like,
Right.
me, like everybody. I never say that just because I motivate or I impress, support other people, or I'm an accountability coach, it doesn't mean anything. I'm still filled with error and everything else, and all other. I have all of these parts that work with me, not against me, but they work with me, and it's always how you embrace it. So even today and I tell you something, when we went live at 12, I guess I was excited. I was, it was like I was just kind of nervous, excited, like a lot of people, because I had not talked to anybody. Like I talked to a few people, but not a lot. And normally I like to do a lot of back end stuff, right? But I just couldn't do it because of the time restraints and because everything was happening. So I said, "What? Where this coming from?" But you know what I did? Y'all are like this. So I just started like walking and like just doing my jumping jacks, and I was just like talking to myself, "You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it." And see, we don't even realize the power that we have to stir up our souls when we're feeling that less than. When we're feeling less than, that less than state of mind, it's always got to be, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And where the world will be telling you you can't, you'll tell yourself you can't, but you have to pull out the bigger person in you to say you can. That bigger person is always the one that's going to win. And sometimes if that bigger person is that lower person, then they're going to win. So you got to say, no. Because I was like, no. And then we, and it's always a benefit to learn as you going, So that's, to me, that's what stepping into your power is about. It's like a constant shift that we have to make, a constant shift of realizing that I was created for a reason. I'm here on the planet now, and I have right now work to do.
That's right.
Later work, but right now work. And sometimes that right now work is just to get your own mind together.
Mm-hmm.
To find yourself in that silence. Now, and what I hear you say is because of the heartache that you had as a child, you really fight hard to pour into the young people. That's so right. You can give them that extra, so you can help them understand that, you know what, I'm here for you. If there's nobody else here, I'm here.
That part. Exactly. Yeah. Because like I said, the step into your power it's not just a book or 4 books for that matter, because there's 4. It is a movement. It's a ministry. It's mentorship. There's so much that's going to come out of this movement that I had to step back and say, God, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me write this down. Because, one of my favorite scriptures is Habakkuk 2:2-4, where it says to write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he who read may run it. And you made something clear earlier. You was talking about how our books are our legacy. The words that we're putting in this book is not just for us. It's for everybody that's writing it. Because even though you have a chapter in this book, when I read your chapter, you probably heal me. When you read my chapter, you probably get healed. That doesn't mean that we have everything together. That means we're still stepping into our power. We overcame one thing. Now we got our next thing to overcome. And
Absolutely.
We're doing it together.
Absolutely. I love you for that. And Everybody, kings and queens watching, this is why we're doing what we're doing. This is why the I Am Enough talk show is bringing you these powerful books with these powerful authors that's doing some amazing, amazing things. So I want you to make sure that you connect with Tiasha on Facebook, on Instagram. You can find her very simply at I Am Tiasha Janae. And also, if you want to get information on learning more about her movement, just send her email. You can check out her link and to purchase the book, to pre-sale. I think she's in pre-sale. You're in pre-sale, right, Queen?
Yes.
Okay. So to get connected with her, we are going to win when we gather together, and that's just the period. Bottom line, circulating our dollars back into our community. Like I see some information. I see a hot thing that's happening right now in the chat group when Shimia said that she needed a voiceover. Already she's getting inbox on, let me help, let me audition, let me do this, let me do that. That's the way that we do it. So if you know of anybody that's in need of anything, whether it's graphic publishing devices or information or voiceover, you heard that beautiful song that Felicia did. That was Felicia Songbird. She wrote that song. She sung that song to Wake Up Winning No Matter What, Volume 2. And she was also a part of Volume 1. She has another song. I don't know where's that first song at, Felicia? But this is what she does. She's a singer-songwriter, and she, in that space of helping people grow in that area. So, Queen, I thank you so much. What is the one thing that you would say to people if they're on that edge and they have this book, they have this story in them, but they're afraid to pull the trigger? What is that one thing that you would say to them?
Basically what I just said, write the vision.
Write the vision. Y'all write that down. Write the vision and know that came from Tiasha Janae. And what's that power word that you would give them?
Look, he said power word. I want to say powerful, but my word is confidence.
Confidence. I love it. Write the vision and confidence. So you put those together.
Mm-hmm.
Vision and have the confidence to perform. That's good stuff, Queen.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. I appreciate you so much. I love you with my heart. That's our Italian side. I have things playing in my mind, right? I know I'm tired, I'm delirious, but y'all get the gist of it. I thank you so much. I thank you for continuing to be a part of our movement of winning, of our winning movement, of just everything that we do. You're just the bomb.com. Okay.
Thank you, Queen.
And you getting a lot of hearts, a lot of love. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. And I'll scoot you over for a second. Don't go nowhere. So this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Okay, somebody play that song. Okay, I don't want to fall out with Facebook, I tell you. That's why the next time we having a live party, and it might go 3 days, just bring your sleeping bag and bring your books, and we're going to just have a good time. This is the I Am Enough talk show where your dreams matter. You have been a part of day 1 of our first summertime international virtual book fair. I got it all out. I appreciate you for spending time with us. I hope that you have just absorbed, sponged up all of these beautiful authors and their stories. Please say a special prayer. Some of our authors were not able to make it. I know Denise, she had a tooth that broke. She contacted us yesterday, so please send her lots of love and blessings. Let's see, R.L. Clark. She was under the weather. She was supposed to come on this morning. She was not able to make it. So we just want them to know that we are still holding their light in our space, and we're still being good stewards of their information because they are still a part of this, even though you may or you may not see them. Maybe they'll get in on another slot, but that's the deal that's going on there. And I just want you all to know that this is how we do it. This is the I Am Enough talk show where your dreams matter. And we want to be a blessing to you. So if it's anything that we can do for you, please let us know. We support businesses. We help businesses be great. We support the entrepreneur, the community service activist. The I Am Enough talk show was voted #1 talk show in Atlanta in ATL. We are the ATL hottest online talk show, as well as we also received the recipient award of the the Black I Am and most inspirational talk show. So for that being said, I don't say that to brag. I just say that to let you know how intentional we are about making a difference. I am Wanda D, your motivational queen. We will be right back here. Say right back, right back. We'll be right back here tomorrow at 12 o'clock, bringing you some more amazing authors. So I hope, and pray to see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I feel like singing. So let's see, what are we going to do here? So check this out. Listen to this one more time.
Take time out to focus on you. Don't take on any tasks that don't belong to you. It's a perfect day to make a change. Gotta put the brakes on anything that get in your way. No time to second guess. You gotta put your trust in God and walk by faith. It's got to change your your destiny. Just clap your hands if you understand. Just clap your hands if you understand.
Hey y'all, it's me, Wanda D, the motivational queen, your accountability coach, helping you get it done. What is it that you need to get done? I can help you get on the media and make more money. Get that exposure you're looking for. So come see me. Check me out all social media under Wanda D Hollis, yes, my government name. And you can also follow my website at IamEnough365.com. That's me, Wanda D, the motivational queen, and I look forward to seeing you soon.